69 points. 67.
G-Mineo.
G-Mineo.
It's the worst one.
Play.
Try it again.
Let's play.
Okay.
It was perfect.
Nailed that. So this is this can't be number 8.
Number
This is
9.
number 8.
Number
8.
8. Okay.
Yes.
Number 8. We are here and we're gonna do another Q&A.
Yes, we're doing another Q&A. So we asked some of our plastic members to send us in questions again. So thank you to everybody that sent in questions.
Shout out to the plastics.
Shout out.
Plastics.
If you guys are wondering what
Regina
we're talking
George,
about,
Karen Smith,
Philippelli.
and the homegirl. The
The
plastics.
plastic memberships are not on the Let's Play channel, but on our main channel, G-Mineo, we have different tiers of membership. And if you guys would like to join over there, there's some exclusive benefits. Plastics being kind of our top membership level, being able to ask us questions for the podcast, exclusive emotes, exclusive content that we put specifically for them in our members only viewing section. So if you guys are interested in that, hit the join button on our main channel, G-Mineo.
Yes. Let's get into the first question, which was sent by Destiny.
Shout out Destiny.
Shout out Destiny.
Deuce.
AKA
Let's go Dooski.
Goose.
Okay. If you guys could go back in time to one moment in your life and fix something that you did, what moment would you
Oh
choose?
gosh.
Oh, yeah.
So like your biggest regrets.
Yeah, basically.
You guys know what I
actually
hate?
also asked this question.
You know what I don't like? Okay, it's gonna like piss off a lot of people, but when people do like the Miss Universe like answers, we're like, like I don't regret anything in life,
And
like
such as
everything has changed me for the good. I don't like that.
And such and this and such.
And such that is bullshit.
No, I agree. Like faking like everything's been perfect for you, and that everything has led you
Yes.
to
I'm
past
such a
success. I think failure is a big part of life, and because of that, a lot of the stuff that I failed in has made me better. But if I go back and do one thing differently, it'd probably be I probably shouldn't have rushed my college decision. I don't think. I went to I love my time in college, and I met some of my best friends there, so I don't regret that. But I wish, as an 18-year-old, I would have been maybe better led to understand what I guess was the best option for me at that time. I just wanted to play football, and I went to the first school that offered me a football scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that maybe if I'd have gone somewhere either with their scholarships that were closer to home, or it was something where I had a better opportunity to succeed on the field and off, because I accepted a scholarship and didn't start as a player. I had redshirted, so I didn't play for a whole year, and then I started trying to build toward a starting position after that. So it wasn't maybe the best option for me, and I think if I would have gone back, I would have been more meticulous as to who I talked to and where I went. I wanted to go to Tennessee. I ended up going to Tennessee. So maybe that's kind of what I'm saying. I wish I would have went to Tennessee.
Okay.
I grew up being a huge football fan. Like, you guys, whatever you guys like hold near and dear is like something you're a really big fan of. That was like part of me. Like, football on Saturday was like it. Like, you played it, you watched it, you went to church on Sunday, you watched it again, you prepared for it all week, and then you did it like every single week. So that's like my biggest thing. I wish I would have played at Tennessee.
Nice.
So, like, mine's really similar to that with college decision. I wish I would have thought about it a little more, or maybe, like, actually, I did think about it really well, but, like, how things played out didn't play out the way I wanted it to.
Yeah.
I ended up coming back to California anyways. I went to a small school called HWS, Hobart William Smith Colleges, up in upstate New York, and I decided to go there because of full ride scholarship.
Heck yeah.
So, yeah, like, that's a huge, insane amount of money, and I was like, oh, this is a full ride scholarship. Would I prefer to go to a small school or a big school? So I got into all the UCs, the UCIs, the Cal States. I got into all those that I wanted to apply to in California. I got into all of them. I got into Berkeley, UCLA, stuff like that. So I was like, wait, if I go to one of these schools, it's so many people, it's hard to stand out. And then if I go to the smallest school, it's easier to stand out. So I loved my time in school, So I started my gaming club. I was one of the student leaders at my job at IT, and I had it all going for me, But just how it played out and the people around me just wasn't for me. I missed esports. I loved esports. So I was like, I want to be more involved. So I came back to California. I was going to reform myself and try to figure out what I want to actually do. If I want to spend time in upstate New York where it's the middle of nowhere, or if I want to actually move forward. And UCLA reached out to me, and they were really, really nice, and I got to join their esports team as their manager for the Dota team, and it was an amazing experience, and I realized that this is where I needed to be, This is where I want to be if I want to continue my career in this path.
Let's go Bruins, man.
There's a lot of things that happened at HWS that formed me to who I am now, But because of those things, I do regret it a little bit that I had to go and I had to waste my time a little bit in that area. But it made me who I am now.
Yeah.
So I don't really regret it, but I wish I didn't have to go through it.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Is yours college too? Because mine is.
Yours is college too?
Yeah.
Yours is gonna be college talk.
Okay. What?
Well, I have a lot.
Talked about it before.
You know.
Take one big one.
I think it's probably going to like FITM, like a private school. It was insanely expensive.
Private schools are not.
You know.
Not for everyone.
Yeah, it's
not for everyone.
It's crazy, and like a lot of the things that you can do, at least with like FITM was great. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I met really like a lot of really great people. I would say it's like one of my biggest regrets, but it's also kind of like what brought me here, I guess, with like social media, content creation. So even though like I like complain about it a lot, like it has its ups. But yeah, it was really expensive. I feel like you could have honestly gotten like the same experience and the same education elsewhere for like cheaper, like way cheaper.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So FITM's. I don't want to say mine grab. There's people that I'm sure go on and have great careers there, but I've heard multiple people talk about their time at FITM not being great.
Yeah.
And it's because it is such a specialized school, and if it's something that you're not just willing to drop everything and do and be that only, and you don't have any other plans, you don't have any other aspirations, you better be, because those kids that are there to be specifically that, right?
Yeah.
So if that's not necessarily like, and I think Mark has far bigger aspirations than just pigeonholing himself into that.
Yeah.
You know, Mark does so many things well, so to be at a specialized school like that, I feel like was probably not the best, but it's a good thing. All these things are learning experiences, so it's like, yeah, I wish things would have gone differently. I'm sure we all do, but at the same time, maybe if they don't go the way they do, it's that whole beauty pageant answer. We don't end up where we are, you know. But
I got warned about it too. You know.
Same.
Like
I'm a stubborn kid though, man. I think at some point we all are. You know, like I was warned about this. I'll let Haley actually tell her story, but I was warned about basically going to a smaller school and how it wouldn't feel the same. Because I was a big man at my school. Like I had all these offers. I was doing everything. I was the big man on campus. And my coach was like, if you go to one of these smaller schools, it's not going to feel the same. There's not going to be people in the crowd. There's not going to be people hyped for the game. You're not going to have any fans. You're not going to be playing, or you're going to find out if you're going to be playing because you want to or playing because you're getting paid to do it or go to school for it.
Yeah.
And I found out really quickly it wasn't the same. And I didn't feel that. So.
Yeah. I think my story's pretty similar. I don't even know if I can tell it because essentially.
Just basically wish you would have handled college a little differently.
Yeah, just handling college differently.
We're so young though, man. People don't. And this is good. This is good for kids though, man, because like we're so young, or we were. I mean, you guys are, boomer. But we were so young, and sometimes like both my parents, my mom she had gone back and got her degree. My dad has never been to college. He went to college and dropped out like a semester in. So handling those type of situations, especially with college recruiters and handling the whole scholarship process and just figuring out what would be the best for me. To be fair, I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I was 18, Yeah. And when you just start making decisions based off of, I'm going to go to the NFL, and a small percentage chance that happens, and my dad was all for it. He's like, you are going to the NFL, and it just wasn't the case. So when you're so young like that, it's tough to make those decisions. And it's part of the reason that some of us maybe, feel some regret, because you're in a situation where you feel like you're making the best choice at the moment, and you look back and you're like, oh, God. Yeah. That's part of it, right? That's part of being able to find a way, like, to look back and say, I learned something from it.
Yeah, I'd say instead of talking about my biggest regret, I think because we do have, younger viewers, I would give some advice and say, when I was in college, it felt like life just ends after college. It felt like you have to make college, there's this idea in your head that college is going to be the best time in your life.
Yeah.
And, you're going to have, your favorite memories, you might meet the person that you end up marrying, all of these expectations that you have going in.
Yeah.
And it's really not. This past year has been I think probably the best year of my life, honestly.
That's because of me. Internalized.
Oh my God.
But no, to your point, there's another side of that coin. From my end, I've always had this issue, and it's that not smelling the roses type thing. I've never been that person. I watch The Office a lot. You guys know this. Andy Bernard has that quote, how can you not, I wish there was a way to realize you're in the good times when you're in them, in the good old days when you're in them. I don't realize sometimes that I'm having, and G-Mineo has made me more conscious of that, with you guys. But sometimes I'm just flying through stuff, and I'm just trying to get to that next thing. Like, I want a house, I want to go to the NFL, whatever. I want to be better. I want to do something more. I want to this, and then I'm just passing by and not realizing that I had some really cool moments that I sometimes regret that I didn't spend more time and be like, dang man, that was really cool. I should have been more in that moment, So that both of those things happen when you're in college. I think that, like we said, more than it being a regret, if we could just tell you guys anything, it's just that one, talk to people about what you want to do. Find ways to get people or get in people's ear about, hey, this is a good idea. What should I be doing? Because to be fair, you're not going to have all the answers. Yeah. We still don't. We're still trying to figure it out. But in the same moments, like when you're in these colleges and having these times, don't forget to just look around and take it in and be like, man, this is kind of cool.
Yeah. And really ask yourself, what's best for you, Like, what do you want out of this? Not what your parents want, not what other people want around you, not what the colleges want, but what you want. Because at the end of the day, it's your decision, and you have to live with that decision.
If I could say one thing, because I know you guys are giving a lot of advice, like, it's an important decision. I think for me, though, like, something that I like to think about is, like, because I followed my passions when I chose my major, obviously, it was history. Right. And everyone was like, obviously, before I went in, there were a lot of people that were like, what are you going to do with that? That's what everybody asks to a history major. What are you going to do with that? Yeah. And when I was studying it, I feel like it was really worth it because I was able to excel in it because I was so passionate about it. I was able to form relationships with my professors because I was like, passionate about what I was learning and things like that. So because of that, I stood out in my major, and like instead of being in a major that I maybe was more useful, then like being like falling behind constantly.
Exactly.
And also like the major that you choose, like because you guys, I know you're saying it's like an important decision, but also I think, like I said before, college is just not the end all be all. It's like it's not really the end of your life.
College
it's not going to decide the rest of your life.
I think it's 60 to 80% of people don't end up in the major or the field that they studied in. So like honestly, if like don't even worry about it. Like just
just
have fun.
follow what you want to do and like Wade's saying, like invest in yourself. Obviously,
get a lot of experience.
Get as much experience from whatever you end up doing that you can. Form connections, and like you'll be fine.
How I think about it is like experience over school. That's why I like pay people to do it.
Wrote out an equation.
I like thinking of college as like I like thinking of college as like a discovery period of discovering yourself, what you want,
Has to be. Yeah. Because most people that is that time where you've been mandated to go to class from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day, 8 a.m. 3 p.m. same courses, same subjects, and finally you get a little bit of freedom, a little bit. Whether it's moving away from parents or deciding what your class schedule is or deciding your major, that little bit of freedom allows you to then start kind of making your own path.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing about college is learning that, I can make these decisions on my own.
And learning how to do them.
Mm-hmm,
how to do them. And that's why we all say, it regrets this. But it was going to happen one way or another. Say it wasn't college and we decided we were going to go work right out of the gate. We were going to learn the hard way that our resume wasn't good. We didn't have any experience doing anything. We had to go take jobs at that point, and even for me out of college, that weren't necessarily the jobs we liked, but you had to do them because you had to learn how to make money for yourself, provide for yourself, for people around you, whatever it is. You're going to learn those experiences one way or another, but college is always a nice place to do it.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to another question.
Move it on, Haley!
Okay, so if you were to go back to college, what would you major in? So maybe like another, if you were to pick up another major, I think.
I'd probably go back and do sports communication.
Communication.
That's something I want to do now. That's always something I've had in my mind is to work in sports and broadcast and be a caster and do something where I can use my voice and use the passion and excitement I have for sports.
What'd you major in, by the way?
Business.
Business.
Yeah. And it's kind of what Haley was talking about with getting a degree in a field you don't really aren't super passionate about, but it's safe and you can find jobs. It's kind of was my thinking, and really, again, financial or counselors for college sports, they kind of push you to stay eligible, right? Yeah. And it's not necessarily, I'm not going to say all counselors are like that, but for the football team, they wanted you to take classes that were safely going to keep you eligible to play. And that usually ended up being business or economics or something. in that realm where it was semi-safe. They had counselors there and aides that knew those classes more so than like communications or liberal arts or anything that was going to be a little bit off the spectrum. They were like, okay, just stay safe, get your 12, 16 credits every semester and get out of here with a degree type thing.
Yeah.
So I wish I could have gone back and do some of that because, and again, to Haley and Mark's point, my business degree is not indicative of what I do for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And so I'm still, obviously with G-Mineo, I'm getting opportunities to cast Overwatch, you know, which is, you know, it might seem goofy to us, but it's fun for me and it gives me another way to, you know, express that same passion and use that ability that I think I have on a platform that I'm allowed to have with G-Mineo. So yes, college is great for that piece of paper, right?
Yeah, exactly.
To say you've worked hard, you've put in time, and an employer will see that. To say, okay, well at least it might not be exactly what it is, but we've seen they have the hard work and the dedication to go 4 years and get that degree.
Exactly.
That's a big deal.
I honestly think most like workplaces look at what you did in college rather than what you had from college. So it doesn't look at the degree really, but more of the resume of what you did, what clubs you joined, what you did in those clubs and everything. I feel like that part is way more important than what's written on the piece of paper that you graduated in, you know?
Yeah. Like I said, through my major, since it was something I was so passionate about, it was like something where I was more willing to get involved in things that maybe I wouldn't have been in another major. Like getting involved in like our schools, like we had like a history paper that would be published every month, and like just different, I don't know, like stuff like that.
Stuff
like
you wouldn't be
joining a grad
inclined
level class, like other things that look really good on our resume. Where like if I had majored in something that was maybe more useful, like I wouldn't have been more inclined.
You've been trying to go and find stuff for that. Mark, what would you major in if you went back?
Honestly, I liked my major, so like it fit in. I majored in visual communication, so it's just like communicating things visually. And now I major in communications, and I do plan on getting like a master's in strategic communication.
Nice.
So
now
triple threat.
Reaction
Wow.
Yeah, but so I like mine. I guess like I.
Well, that's good. That's you're kind of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You have found what you want, right?
Yeah.
And so now you've had that opportunity at FITM to go, you know what, this is kind of what I want, and I can kind of see myself doing this, and now you're doing what you actually want, and you're passionate toward it, and you're moving toward it, and so you've kind of gone back and done that.
I was actually a business major, and then I saw that you have to take all these math classes, and I was like, hell no. So I got out of there real quick.
My goodness.
I was like, give me the easiest. Not easiest, but
No,
like
listen.
something that's easier for me,
Right.
which is communications.
Yeah.
It just comes naturally. I like it.
I think if I were to go back to school, I would major in either, because most schools have one or the other. Cal Poly didn't have either, but international studies or international communication.
Oh, I see.
I really like doing that.
Yeah.
That's what I was originally
You
planning on
should.
majoring in, but Cal Poly didn't have it, and I really liked the campus.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep, but it worked out because I love my major. So.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
good.
but if I were to go back, I think I would go for that. If I were to get my master's or something.
Yeah.
Nice.
So for me, I think I really liked the idea of creating my own major. So that wasn't something I was able to do at my liberal arts school, which is super cool. It's called independent study.
Oh yeah.
So this whole major where I can create myself, but because it was limited by the amount of professors and the amount of classes given, because of it's so small. So if this was available at like a bigger school like UCLA or UCI, I would definitely be all for it. It would be like a tech communications.
Yeah.
So rather than like communications of like visual arts or communications of like something like just communications in general, I'd want it to be focused in technology, of like YouTube, of Instagram, of like how we interact with the world tech-wise, because I feel like that's a big part of my life, especially now that I'm working at G-Mineo, and I love to stream, I love to talk with people online, I love to interact with people online, basically. I'm always on Discord talking to people, and I just find it an amazing community of seeing people work together online.
Yeah.
It's a new generation, and I feel like this major should be available, and I feel like some colleges might have it, but that's something I'll probably be looking for, especially if I want a master's in something.
Nice.
It's cool.
Thanks, Amy.
Focus in like
Okay.
tech,
Tech
communications.
comms.
Nice.
Oh, you weren't here yesterday, so I told everybody that I might
How
be
was it?
getting like afterwards, I might be getting a real estate license.
Oh goodness.
Yes.
You know
But
why? You know why Mark's getting a real estate license?
you don't want to know why.
I know why. He's watching Selling
you don't know
Sunset
how.
on Netflix. That's why.
Yeah, no,
Is that
I
why?
loved it.
Oh my goodness.
No, like I've always wanted to like I don't know like help people find like their dream.
Mark,
house.
sell me on this room.
Aw.
All right, so this room, 1080 by 1080p. Okay. Brick wall right
Mark
here.
sells on YouTube.
Brick wall, hard brick.
Hard brick.
It's not a sticker.
Picture yourself in this room, Wayne.
Hold on, I'm
Bed
picturing
over
it.
here.
Wow.
Mattress over there. Bed and mattress. You have 2 beds.
Bed
You
and
put your mattress.
Bed frame.
there.
Mattress.
The bed frame's over here.
Yes.
The bed frame's
2020,
for show.
get with
The
it.
mattress. The mattress
Obviously,
for
it's gonna be a lot more
You sleep
professional
on the
with
floor.
that, but like I think it would be fun.
Mark
Yeah,
wants to
I
get
think
all
that'll
his
be
nice
fun.
suits out for real estate. So
Oh, see, that's why I'm not like too.
you gotta get that thing you showed us
excited
for the
about- I
thing
hate
and
suits.
the,
I
and
hate
the
wearing
no shirt
suits.
underneath and the.
I'm gonna come like in like the showings with like an e-boy outfit. I'll be like,
Oh
hello,
my goodness.
I'm your
People
real
might
estate
like that. You
agent.
could be like a millennial.
Yes, that's what I
real
was
estate
thinking. Like a
agent.
millennial.
People might
Millennial.
like that.
Millennial Mark.
Millennial Mark.
Your favorite part of college? Because we talked about negative
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, I can
Okay.
do that
We can do
favorite
like
part.
favorite part.
Mine's simple, man. Mine was just hanging out with the football guys. It was like, it's that first time you get away from the friends you've known for forever, at least for me. So I know that most, you guys, I don't know about Mark, but you guys grew up in
Yeah, that's my
California
favorite
where
part,
there's
too.
so many people
Yeah.
that you can go to the same high school and not even know somebody that went to the
Yeah.
same high school as you.
Yeah.
Which to me is so foreign. I graduated with 60 people.
Oh
Really?
wow.
Yeah, 60
Wow,
people.
that's it.
So I knew everybody. I knew everybody that was 2
That's
grades above me.
fantastic.
I knew people that were 2 grades
That's-
below me.
Wow.
That is
We all
fantastic.
grew up together. And my parents grew up with their parents. You know, it was just a big community, or not big, but a community of people that have always grown up together. So that first experience outside of it, you don't really know how you're going to react. You know, at some point you know, because you play, at least for me, I played sports, so I knew kind of how to break that kind of barrier between people I never met with sports, you know. And I met really good friends when I was playing football, people that I would never have imagined I met, people from Winton Woods, Ohio, Vestavia, Alabama, Irvine, California, oddly enough,
Really?
San Fran, yeah. Remember I got the UCI
Oh, yeah.
Anteater shirt from old buddy. But yeah, just people from all over the place that it was like, I could have had the worst day, dropped every pass in a game, whatever, and the boys were still there. We would have like 4 a.m. nightly game sessions. We had class at 7 the next day. We didn't give a shit. We were just playing games, hanging out. Like, we would go to the, you know how the dorms have like a community, like whatever, in the middle, like a little cafe, whatever. In the dorm, we would go and take our PlayStation, plug it up to the community TV, and have like massive game sessions in the little community center. It was the most fun time. Like during college, it was just like I guess we talked about earlier, just meeting people and having new experiences. It was the best time. Some of my friends that I do there stream on Twitch now, and I'm like sub to their channels. They have like their own little
Aw.
communities and stuff, and
So cute.
we always chat about it. So it's fun times. Yeah, that was my favorite. Hanging out with you guys.
I think for me is hanging out with my job, so IT. I worked at the IT help desk at my school, and it was amazing. I just loved working with the full-time staff and getting to meet people and learning new skills, and I just really loved it, honestly.
Nice.
And I learned how to like really build a group around it and everything. Like these group of people that I met at work, we also made a gaming club, and then it just blew up from there. We got like a $30K grant to build computers.
Let's go.
And that's from us just being passionate about gaming. And we created this gaming club, and we got 2 houses that we were given, one for sleeping, one for gaming.
What?
Yeah. So we had one for gaming and one for
You don't
sleeping.
want to
So
G-Mineo, or?
I literally didn't go to class sometimes because I was just moving back and forth between
Right.
these 2
Doing
buildings
two
of like being in the kitchen, baking for people, because that's what I love to do, is I love to bake. Or going upstairs and gaming with everyone, seeing everyone just like game together. And it wasn't like rows of computers, you know, it was just a whole room full of computers around, so you can just turn around and talk to each other rather than like being blocked by the walls of computers. So it wasn't like a LAN, it was more like, it wasn't like a gaming cafe, it was more
Right.
like a LAN where people can come together and game. Downstairs was a huge couch area that we could just chill at, and it was just an amazing experience of
It's like a fly has entered the room.
it was just a really amazing experience of building who I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So that's what my favorite part of college was, of these communities that I built
Yeah.
for myself.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Mark?
Honestly, I hate college now. Like, I don't even like.
But it's not
bother.
the same. It's not
But, like-
traditional college right now, right? Because you're
I
doing so much
guess.
and you're
no, but
doing
even
college
when
work.
it was traditional, I think the school right now, I'm just so over college. I want to graduate already.
Yeah.
But FIDM
I
was like hella fun. You know, like
I
you. The positive thing about going to like a private school, private specialized school, is that you meet people with the same passions and the same hobbies as you, and like literally all my
Spoken
friends
separate.
were literally like Haley. Like we just got along so well.
Aw.
We would joke around.
Can you imagine Mark's FIDM friends come in one day and they're just all Haley? They're all tall boys.
Basically, that was FIDM. In a
They're like,
nutshell.
Mark's like, I'll be here at 10. They show up at 11. Like we're here.
Oh my goodness.
I miss clubbing. Like we would always go clubbing every single weekend, like in West Hollywood. And,
Nice.
like,
Go off.
yeah, it was really fun, I guess.
That's fun, I guess.
Like. Getting blacked
It's
out.
gonna sound really lame after that. But I really I miss being in classes, and I miss like.
I knew it was gonna be that.
I
Haley's
miss
a bookworm.
academics.
She loves.
Yeah,
She
and
loves school.
I would feel like super accomplished, like doing research and writing papers, and stop.
Getting
like,
good grades. Like,
yeah.
doing a
Maybe
good
not.
job.
Maybe not all
With,
my
like-
friends were like Haley.
With like, I don't know, with like writing and stuff,
Yeah.
it's something that academic writing I feel like super confident in. So if I could like really take the time to like and work hard on like I don't know whatever like a 10-page paper or something, and just turning that in and like
Feedback.
talking to the professor about it and stuff would just it would really boost my confidence because I felt like this was something that I was good at. It was like an area where I knew that I could
Right.
do well. So
Right.
I miss that feeling because like there's nothing like that after you graduate.
Fucking nerd.
Life's over after college.
But
Nerd.
but okay, we have it.
That's cute. That's really cute. I love
Thank
that.
you.
Saints school.
But I feel like the college experience that I got, where it was like more like that, was when I studied abroad. I'm not even talking about studying abroad that long because I don't want to be like that person. But when I was studying abroad, I was like tanking my classes, and I was like, I would stay until like 6 a.m. and go out with everybody. But it was so fun. And it was like, yeah, it was like the time of my life.
You deserve to have that time.
Yeah,
You know,
it was super
you need
fun.
that.
Yeah. At FIDM, our assignment was to go clubbing and like kind of figure out like what people are wearing, what people are doing,
What an
like
assignment.
how they're interacting with each other. That was like one of the assignments at FIDM.
Go
That was
clubbing.
really fun.
Go clubbing.
Go clubbing, yeah.
Ours was like that, except it was just like on the actual.
That wasn't
club.
our syllabus.
Go clubbing.
Go club each other.
All right, guys, that is number 8 of G-Mineo Let's Talk. We chatted about some of the things we wish we could have done maybe differently in our past. Obviously, you know, like we said, I don't know if it's necessarily a big regret that we have, but definitely things we could have looked out for at a younger age. So if you guys took anything from that, obviously, you know, let us know in the comments below, and we hope that everything we said can help you guys in some way, whether you're going off to college, starting a new job,
Or even just
moving,
reflecting.
on your own experiences. Yeah. I think it was a fun one today. It's a little different, you know. We talked a little bit more personally about what developed the G-Mineo team, but I think you guys will like that. Make sure, guys, if you're not already, you like and subscribe here at the Let's Play channel. Again, we're doing a lot more content on the main channel. That just means right down the pipeline, a lot more content here as well. And if you're listening to this in audio form, make sure you give us a rating and review on the Spotify. Really appreciate that. Helps out the podcast a ton.
Also, guys, if you haven't checked out our Instagram yet, go check that out. It is at
It's at eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
It is at MyMineo Gaming on Instagram. We have some fun content over there as well.
What else, Jamie?
Don't forget to also join our Discord where you can
Boom.
play games with us and also ask the questions that we ask for these podcasts. These questions could be asked by you.
Alright guys, but with all of that being said, it's been real, it's been fun. I'm your host Mark.
I'm Haley.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Wade.
And remember,
Game it till you make it. Bye, guys.